I gotta have this childlike energy today for this tough, deep topic we're gonna talk about. You guys, I don't know. I'm just starting to act like me. And if it suits you, it suits you. If it doesn't, I don't know what to tell you. This channel is not for you. Other than that, on today's video, we're going to dive deep into understanding a very deep topic. So trigger warning beforehand. We're going to be talking about trauma bonds and how trauma bonds are created and how they ripple into our adulthood and how to release the patterns of trauma bond. So stay tuned to the very end because this might help you wherever you are right now so you can finally realize your worth. What is up, you beautiful beings? Welcome back to another episode on Embracing the Ascension series with your homegirl, Brittany Fontanez. If you're new to this channel, welcome. I talk about spirituality, emotional awareness, esoteric content, and I do tarot card readings. So, all that for your upliftment and wow, I lost my saying, but anywho, welcome back. If you enjoy content like this, if you're resonating to it, then hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification button. Also, if you're looking for any readings or if you're looking for any healing sessions, I got ancestral healing sessions, I got heart healing sessions, I got weekly programs. You could guys go check that out. All of my services are in the link in the description below this video. Even if you look for twin flame readings, got that too, boo. So go check that out below. But other than that, you beautiful beings, I want to jump right into this because I don't want to waste anyone's time. But this is a very deep topic, so it is a trigger warning. And the reason why I say that is because we're going to talk about trauma bonding. And what is trauma bonding? Trauma bonding is an occurrence of an abusive pattern that someone keeps reiterating in their life. If that's even a word, reiterating. I know that's somewhat of a word. If it's not, my bad. But it's an occurrence of abusive pattern that someone has in their energetic field and in their chemical imbalance. And what that means is that as children, you know, children's brains are like sponges at a very young age, so they absorb everything and anything. That's why to teach a child, you can't talk to them. They mimic you. So this is why your mannerism, your tonality of how you move, your actions, your words, your thought patterns of what you do, the child will mimic that. So at a very young age, you know, a lot of us, even for myself, this is why I am a healer. And this is why I help people with their traumas and their addictions and their anything else that is deeply rooted within them, that is suppressed. This is why a lot of us have gone through emotional abuse, verbal abuse, mental abuse, spiritual, physical abuse, sexual abuse. And it's because we experience this as children. And little do we know effects like that as happening to us at a very young age, in that innocent energy, we get older and it ripples into our relationships. And you might be wondering, why do I keep attracting people who are abusive? Why I keep attracting people who are manipulators? Why is it that I am a people pleaser? Why is it that, you know, sometimes I have the same patterns too, and I portray them onto other people? Because no lie, you guys, I've been manipulated, I've been used, I've been controlled, but I have been the controller, the manipulator, the narcissist, the codependent as well. So it's all because everything that we have experienced as children are rooted and embedded within us. It's like we formed a belief around it, saying, for example, you know, if you've been sexually abused as a child, you know, especially by someone you trusted, by someone who's supposed to be your caretaker or someone that you knew was supposed to take care of you, you will form a belief around that is that I can't trust people who I love or who I'm close to. So therefore, I'm going to hold on to that belief, and I'm going to create a barrier around me to protect myself. But little do we know that barrier of resisting actually attracts, it creates a vibrational frequency where we keep attracting those same things that are going to give us a reason to be defensive. You see what I'm saying? Or if you've been verbally abused by someone who was a narcissist, that they told you what to do, and you're always seeking for validation, you're always seeking to, you know, feel like you were good enough, and maybe you didn't feel like you were good enough because whatever you did wasn't enough, and so you grew up being a people pleaser. And narcissists do attract people pleasers, and people pleasers do attract narcissists. Somehow they are codependent. They are attracted to each other. It's because they're both seeking a way to fill that void of feeling like they're not good enough. And that is a repetitive cycle. But what trauma bond really is about, it's a repetitive cycle of, got my notebook here, because you know I gotta get ready for this. The cycle starts with tension. So imagine, you ever been around someone you have to walk on eggshells? Like, I've been the one where I've been so controlling and had a prediction that people had to obey by that prediction of what I thought they should be. And they had to walk around, like they felt like they were walking on eggshells around me. And you know what? Even though that I realize it does hurt me for my actions, but I'm willing to speak about it because this is how we heal through awareness. But the first cycle of trauma bonding is tension. There is tension created through a predicament, and that tension creates an incident of verbal, of emotional, or physical abuse, to the point that sometimes we feel like we deserve that. Since it happened to us as a child, we believe that we deserve that. And this is why we stay in that cycle. And after an incident like that, you know, someone would try to reconcile, make excuses, and apologize and say it would never happen again. And that's how manipulation is formed. Manipulation is formed by apologizing, but without changed behavior. And that's one way to be controlled. Now, the last form is that you go into the honeymoon phase. I know I'm talking about relationships, but this is for everything. This is for connections, for friendships, for relationships, for working at a job. You know, we all will go into a phase where it never happened, nothing ever happened, but it's a repetitive cycle. But how do we heal that cycle of abuse, of not being manipulated, of feeling like you're good enough in your skin and you don't need to seek validation or people please? Is by one way is to, you have to realize, God, I can't read my own handwriting. Boo! How to break the cycle is by realizing what makes you believe that you deserve that. For example, for me, in my last relationship, I really loved this person and it broke my heart when she left. But I understand why she left. It's because I was the abuser. And no, not physically abused. I verbally abused her. I didn't have consideration for how she felt. I was a narcissist a little bit. Like, I was counteracting, like telling her to be one way, but I wasn't really changing. You know, I'm real honest with this. And she did the same things to me too. So it was a toxic cycle. It was a toxic trauma bond. And at the end, I had to realize, you know, when I had to forgive myself and forgive her, the one thing that helped me realize is that I believed I deserved this because as a child, my parents were narcissists. They wouldn't really show up. They were very dictators. They were dictators. Tell me what to do, but they would do the opposite. Or, you know, if it wasn't good enough, they'll tell me what else I needed to do. And I still didn't feel good enough for them. So it caused me to be a people pleaser, and it caused me to be codependent on people validating who I am. And not only that, I allowed people to manipulate me because I didn't have my own sense of self-worth and my own frame of who I am. So the way to really start breaking this bond is be aware of the patterns, be aware of how you feel, be in your body. You know, empaths, because I am empaths, highly sensitive people, we have a tendency to feel everything around us but not our own emotions. And this is why it's so important to be rooted and heal your chakras, because when you're in this vessel, you can be present. When you're present, you could be aware of what you feel, not just everything outside of you. So the one thing you have to be really rooted in is be aware of your patterns. Now, once you're aware of those patterns, get my notepad again, is that you got to create boundaries. And what boundaries do is that it helps you realize, okay, what is it that I want What is it that I don't want? You guys, these are so simple tools I have used to help me realize my worth and help me realize what I don't want to attract and who I don't want to be. So you gotta be aware of the pattern and also ask yourself, what makes me believe I deserve this? And then realize what it is you want in relationships, friendships, or even the framework of yourself, and what it is you won't tolerate. Now, for me, for example, after this relationship, I told myself, I love who I am. I don't need someone to be there to show me how beautiful I am, to love me, to give me attention. I have that within myself. So I created a boundary where I don't allow that energy in of someone sugarcoating things or putting me in a honeymoon phase or leading me on, or saying things that I know my intuition is telling me they don't have good intentions. It's a boundary that I set, and I say no now. I say, no, I won't allow that energy. No, I would not allow that type of person to get towards me. It's not because I don't love them unconditionally. I do. It's because I know what my energy needs and I know what I deserve. So you got to create that boundaries, because that will help you establish a firm foundation of who you want to be and what you feel is best for you, that you know you truly deserve. Because a lot of us, when we're in these abusive relationships, we believe we deserve that abuse because we received it as a child and we thought that was normal. It is not normal. You deserve love. You are a being of love. You are a being of divine. And the divine is nothing but unconditional love, without any judgments, without making you... You're worthy. If you're waking up every morning, divine feels you're worthy. So that means you don't need anything to counteract you to make you believe that you aren't worthy of existing and being yourself. So that's one way. And the last way is to heal this is that create a new story. We create agreements with ourselves saying, oh, I'm not gonna allow this person in, I'm not gonna open up my heart, and all of this. When we create a barrier, we create resistance. And when we create resistance, what does resistance do? It persists. So we say, I'm not gonna allow that, I'm not gonna allow that, I'm not gonna allow that, I'm not gonna allow that. It's different from boundaries. You're allowing it to come in. And the only way to heal that is by creating a new framework. So yes, this shadow work is so hard because you have to go through your traumas. You have to go through the darkest parts of yourself that you don't want to relive. But here's the thing. If you don't allow yourself to relive these moments and learn from them, the pattern and the cycle is going to repeat. So that's why it's so important. What I do, I go in the mirror. And if I feel like I'm not good enough, if I feel that reliving of that memory of those times that have hurt me deeply, I cry in front of the mirror and I allow myself to see the beauty and the sacredness of expressing my emotions. And in the process, I show myself that I am worthy. I feel the essence of divine, of God around me, and say, you know what, I am loved. I am whole. I am complete. I am worthy. And you have to keep doing this work. Self-love is work. It's a consistent, repetitive thing that you have to do every day, especially if you've been through trauma. But this simple steps can help you relieve those old stories and create a new framework. And for me, now my framework is, wow, not only am I beautiful, I have such a wonderful soul that even though my intentions were good and I did them in such toxic ways, I'm choosing to change them because I know that I deserve love. I know that I deserve new opportunities. I know that I am worthy of abundance. You will be able to see that we all have conditionings that we had to deal with, but we all can resolve them and heal them, because it's possible to realize, we're not a problem. There's nothing wrong with us. It's just that we deserve love and we need to heal. That is it. So if you feel that you need to dive deep into this work and you don't know how to do it yourself, like I said, I have an ancestral healing program, weekly programs that you can sign up for. You have multiple options. You could go into the link in my description of my website below and go check that out. Set up your healing appointment today, you guys. We deserve to live happily, humbly, and wholesomely without holding on to the burden of this old pain, so you can realize how worthy you are and see how God sees you. So please book your healing session today, or if you want a simple tarot card reading, like I said, all of my services are in the link in the description below this video. Other than that, you beautiful beings, please have a blissful, blissful day. Please be in your innocent energy, because listen, we're adults now and we have the opportunity to be that childlike energy. Allow yourself to relive and feel your inner child come back to life, because that is your joy and that is your rejuvenation of existing on this planet. So other than that, you beautiful beings, I look forward to assisting you to the best of my abilities, and I hope this video helps. If it did, please hit that thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, hit that notification button so you won't miss out on any videos. And lastly, follow me on Instagram. Until then, you beautiful beings, I will see you on the next one with bliss and love. I adore all of you. Namaste.